You think you discovered that band on your own. You think you chose that documentary. You didn't. There is a system, invisible, patient, and staggeringly precise. It decided what you would want before you felt the impulse, before the thought formed, before you even knew you were looking for something. This is not a theory. This is the architecture. Let's start with a feeling you know well. You open a platform. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it's Spotify. Maybe it's Netflix at 11:30 on a Tuesday when you said you were going to sleep early. You scroll. Something catches your eye. You click. And an hour later, you surface, slightly dazed, wondering how you got there. And here is what you tell yourself. You browsed. You explored. You chose. You didn't. The experience of choice, that feeling of autonomous discovery, is one of the most sophisticated illusions ever engineered at scale. It is designed to feel like freedom. It functions like a corridor. Every option you see has been pre-selected. Every row, every suggestion, every autoplay, curated by a system that already knows, with a precision that should disturb you, exactly what you are about to want. Not what you want right now, what you will want in 3 clicks. In 20 minutes, tomorrow morning, when you open the app again, and something is already waiting for you. Psychologists call this predicted preference. The platforms call it personalization. Neither term captures what it actually is. What it actually is, a behavioral prediction engine, running continuously, on you, right now. So how does it work? Not the way most people assume. It is not simply tracking what you click. Clicks are the surface. The system goes much deeper than clicks. It watches what you hover over and don't click. The items your cursor rests on for 400 milliseconds before moving away. That hesitation is data. It means something. The system logged it. It watches dwell time. Not just that you watched a video, but that you watched 73% of it, then paused, then rewound 11 seconds, then finished. That specific pattern is a behavioral fingerprint. It matches a cluster of other users. And what that cluster watched next, that is your next recommendation. It watches scroll velocity. How fast you move through a feed tells it more about your emotional state than the content you stop on. Rapid scrolling is dissatisfaction. Slow scrolling is receptivity. A sudden stop followed by a long read that is high intent. All of it measured, all of it weighted. It watches time of day. The version of you that opens the app at 7 a.m. before coffee has different vulnerability parameters than the version of you at 11 p.m. alone, fatigued. The system knows this. It serves you different content in each state, not because someone programmed it to, because it learned to, from your own behavior without being told. And here is where it gets genuinely strange. The system doesn't just watch you, it watches the gap between you and thousands of people who look exactly like you, who had your same behavioral pattern 3 months ago, and it uses what they did next to predict what you are about to do. You are not an individual to this system. You are a data point inside a behavioral cluster that already has a mapped trajectory. There is a moment, and researchers have documented it, where something shifts. In the early phase of a recommendation system's relationship with a user, it is reactive. You express preference. It reflects preference back. It feels like a mirror. Then the model matures. It has enough data. And something changes direction. It stops reacting to what you want. It starts shaping what you will want. This is not metaphor. This is documented behavior. Internal research from multiple platforms, some published, some leaked, shows that optimizing purely for engagement leads the system to gradually amplify specific emotional registers. Outrage, anxiety, fascination, states that produce compulsive return behavior. Over weeks, the content shifts, barely perceptibly, a degree or two in a direction you didn't choose. But you don't notice because each individual recommendation feels reasonable. Each one follows naturally from the last. You are walking. You feel like you are choosing your steps. But the path was laid before you arrived, and the destination, the specific version of you that emerges after 6 months of this. That person has different interests, different anxieties, different tolerance thresholds than the one who first opened the app. The system didn't just predict you, it participated in constructing you. Research out of NYU's Center for Social Media and Politics found that recommendation algorithms can shift a measurable political and emotional profile over a period of weeks, not by showing you extreme content, but by making incremental adjustments that compound invisibly over time. You didn't radicalize. You didn't change. You just kept clicking what felt natural. The system made it feel natural. Here is what we know. The algorithm has a model of you that is more predictive of your future behavior than your own stated intentions. It has been shown in controlled research conditions to predict your next content choice with greater accuracy than you can predict it yourself. Think about what that means. There is a version of you built from your own behavior without your conscious input, running on a server somewhere. And that version of you is being used to pull the present version of you toward choices the system has already anticipated.